This is Dr. Anita with another diamond moment. Diamonds are produced through time, heat, and pressure. The cut, clarity, and size of the diamond will determine where it's used. The use of the stone adds to its value. What pressure have you been under? What is the cut of your personality? Do you have a clear perspective of who you are? And does that perspective line up with where you want to go? Remember, how you use your gift determines its worth. Now it's time to redefine the previous steps of your process. At the end of each show, I always remind you to invest in yourself. So, exactly what does that mean? As we previously stated, becoming who you want to be, what you're designed to be, is a process. And that process has stages. The way that we perceive a situation determines whether we launch out or hold back. When we're looking at ourselves, it takes using that thing that we've called intuition to look inside, to be able to acknowledge and understand our course, where we're designed to go, and then to look deeply within to evaluate who we are inside and what exactly is causing us to hesitate in moving forward into our future. Many times we feel as though we're not equipped. We haven't done enough. We haven't studied enough. We haven't been enough places. We haven't experienced life to the degree that we feel that we have something that we can contribute. But I want to tell you, each and every person is uniquely designed to contribute into our world. Sometimes the only thing we have to give is what we have worked through. And that for another person is a gold mine. I talked to you previously about how after or following a divorce, I'd lost myself. And I had to reevaluate who I was as a person in order to be able to change my life. And in the course of changing my life over many years, I'm here speaking with you today. What I want to encourage you to do is to overcome those limitations that you have imposed on yourself. I've said this frequently. If you are alive today, that which is greater, God, the universe, has something for you to do. And I would encourage you to be about that business. So many times we allow the attitudes of our friends, the thoughts that they have on who we are to determine exactly that, who we are. And many times people, as I've also said, come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Everyone is not there to take you from birth to the grave. Sometimes their assignment is in life is to get you through a particular point in your life. We have very few real friends. If you really are honest with yourself, you should be able to count your real friends on one hand. If a person is there for you through good, bad, thick, thin, ugly, beautiful, whatever, you can pretty much be comfortable in the fact that that is a true friend. But when they're there, as long as the money is lasting, if they're there when you're on top and you can't find them when you're not, those are not your friends. So, what I would say to you, my beautiful, beautiful diamonds, is to evaluate within yourself. Take stock of that which you feel is holding you back. Look at what is within your grasp to change those limitations. There's so much available to us online. You're listening to me now due to the miracle of internet. There's so much available to you now. Do you really have the excuse of, I don't know, I can't? I would say this to you, and it's advice that one of my closest friends, and I do mean friend, gave me many years ago. I was at that point in my 30s. I stopped going to school. As I told you, I dropped out of college, as I told you, because I quote unquote fell in love. Well, there was a purpose in that relationship. And so I don't in any way negate it or minimize it, because it was from that union that both of my sons were born. I've talked to you about the son that I lost, and I may have talked to you about the son that I have. But my wonderful son, my beautiful and talented son, would not be who he is today if he had a different genetic pool. My son is a singer, he's a performing artist, and he would not have had that gift had it not been for his father and his bloodline. So I say that nothing that takes place in our lives is by accident. And sometimes we're derailed momentarily because of the choices that we've made that eventually will prove out as to why we made those decisions. But in the interim, maybe some of your goals and desires had not been achieved. As I said, a friend of mine, when I was thinking about going back to school, I was in my 30s. And I said, well, I'm 30. Now, it may be too late. And what she told me is, you're going to be this age with or without your degree. It's not too late. You just have to decide whether you want to live your life with it or without it. So I say that to you. You're going to be whatever age you're going to be with it or without it. You need to decide, which is it going to be? If it is the lack of a degree, the miracle of internet has brought about a myriad of choices. You can go to school online. There are degree courses that allow you to utilize your life experience. It doesn't have to require you to go into extreme debt like you see on television. What you may desire to do might be able to be accomplished in a more of a training type course. Look into it. I encourage you to look into it. Whatever age you are right now, you're going to be that age with it or without it. If the lack of that education is something that you feel is holding you back, you have the ability to overcome that challenge. You might say to me, well, Dr. Anita, it's not the lack of education, it's just that I don't feel as though I have enough self esteem to accomplish it. And this is what I would tell you: whatever it takes to build your self esteem, be about the business of doing that. Maybe you say, well, my weight is holding me down. And I'll say this to you: no one can change that but you. There's some things in our lives that no one can change but ourselves. We have to determine that this is no longer a situation that I'm willing to live with. The moment that you make up your mind, that challenge is already over. All you need to do is to decide, I'm ready to move forward, and then do it. I've talked to you about some people that I've found online that have amazing stories, that are accomplishing and have overcome these limitations. And I'm going to leave those on my website because I do want you to evaluate what other people have done. I talked to you about having a spiritual foundation. That spiritual foundation, for those of us who believe in God, the Creator, the universe, the universe, God doesn't pick favorites. What is available to one is available to all. It's whether or not we take the opportunity to invest in ourselves. Thank you for listening. Remember to visit my website at www.DrAnitaMc.com. That's DrAnitaMc.com for links and additional information. Always invest in yourself.